Hey, good afternoon. Thank you for joining On Air with Russell of Hotels. I'm Russell L. Edmond, aka Russell of Hotels. Hope you guys are doing well. Today is Tuesday, May 20th. So you know it's all about On Air with Russell of Hotels, right? You know that live hospitality talk show everyone's talking about. Yeah, I know the intro. It doesn't have a sound, right? Okay, so there's no music, there's no talking, there's nothing. I just want to see, if anybody even notices it. No one's even made a comment about it. So I'm like, okay, whatever. That's fine. So anyway, hey, my comments are open. I see a thumbs up already. Thank you guys so much. Excuse me. Ooh, I'm getting kind of choked up because I got a thumbs up. So I'm live on YouTube, live on LinkedIn. The people on YouTube, and obviously that thumbs up came from YouTube, where they can make comments in real time, and I'll put those comments on the screen in real time. LinkedIn, I have to check your messages later, okay, and then talk about them then. But I cannot respond to LinkedIn because it does not show up on my screen. That's not a Russell of Hotels problem. That's a LinkedIn and Ecamm Live problem. Okay, so I can't do anything about it. So anyway, hey, every time I do a show on air with Russell of Hotels or my daily check-in with Russell of Hotels, I'm always showcasing or highlighting a hotel. Today is the Windsor Court in NOLA. People may say, what is NOLA? I don't even know what NOLA is. That's New Orleans. New Orleans, Louisiana. Okay, so that's the acronym for New Orleans, just in case you did not know that. NOLA. Okay, so this is outside of the French Quarter, downtown New Orleans, not too far from like where the French Market is. I know that because I've been over there to eat, and they guess what? In the French Market, they have a vegan Creole place, right? So all the favorites that like the po' boys and the red beans and rice and the beignets, they got a vegan spot that has all that stuff vegan. Hello. Okay, so the next time I'm there, my next stop or my first stop, probably first, second, and third stop of any day will be in the French Market at that spot. And I can't even think of the name of it, but anyway, it's a vegan Creole place. So you can't beat that. Anyway, I think I already said it, today is Tuesday, May 20th, 2025. It is show number 297. We have three more shows to go before we hit that mark of 300. Oh, it's just going to be so spectacular. Oh my God. It's just, you know what? It's going to be just like today. Okay. It ain't going to be all that, but I'm just appreciative that people do listen, people do watch, people make comments. People sometimes, when I'm in their hotel, they know that I'm that Russell of Hotels guy that does the thing on LinkedIn. That's what they say. You do that thing on LinkedIn, right? Yeah, I do. Okay, yeah, I've seen you. I don't necessarily watch the show, but I've seen you, and I know that's you, kind of thing. I'm like, okay, hey, whatever, you have time to listen to it or watch it, that's fine. But you do recognize that there is a show, right? So I do appreciate that, right? So I appreciate everybody that has supported me since 2019. That's when I started with the first show, and then started getting guests in. I think the third show, I think I got a guest in, and it was just, yeah, it was downhill from there. No, it's been good. It's been good. So I cannot complain. Like I said, I appreciate everyone that has supported it, that has made the comments, that has advertised, promoted through it. I mean, all those, the hotels, the people, the small businesses or whatever. I appreciate you guys. So there you go. There you go. So okay. So I said this is a Windsor Court, right, in New Orleans. I already said that, right? So what's my next thing? Let me go. Okay, so just showing another. This is the outside. This is the patio on the rooftop, right? So you kind of overlook. You can see the city. The downtown part of New Orleans. You can see the Mississippi. The hotel kind of sits on the Mississippi, so you can see the Mississippi from there. It's just a great view. It was a great view, and it was nice. It wasn't too hot when I was there. It was last year. I would say it was probably in the fall, so it wasn't. It probably is. It was not like it is now. From what I understand now, is very hot and humid, and that's not when I want to be there. So I'll be back this year, but it won't be this time of year. So it's going to be probably in the fall again. So there you go. So anytime I do a show, I always have a topic. Just in case you have not seen this before, this is live on LinkedIn, live on YouTube. I will put replays on those same platforms, as well as on my Facebook page, and every now and then I put it on IG, or at least snippets of it on IG. What I'll do is just break it up and put little snippets on there, just so you can, little teasers, if you will. And you're like, oh my God, I got to see the rest of it. He's teasing me. Let me see the rest of it. I have to watch it. And I laugh at my own jokes. Okay, so there you go. So topic for today, and the shows have become, they're not as long as they used to be, because I condensed some things. And one thing that you want to do is kind of hit people with the information and then get out, right? Now, every now and then, yeah, I do get a little long-winded, okay? I always have something to talk about, so don't think it's because I don't have anything to talk about, because I'm always going to have something to talk about. And sometimes when I have guests on, of course, that goes longer, because, we're going back and forth, having a conversation, right? It's not an interview, it's a conversation, right? So sometimes those go about an hour. So I try to limit the show to an hour or less. And today probably will be around 45 minutes or so. So I know you're on your lunch break, so just, chill for a minute and just take it all in, because the topic for today is, and this is kind of a piggyback on, if you saw the daily check-in yesterday, the one on Monday that I do with Miss Tiffany English, this was a conversation that we had yesterday. And it's I kind of take it a little step further, I guess. So, Russell of Hotels, 3 ways hotels can get repeat group business, okay? Everybody wants repeat business, right? Who wants to continue, what sales team wants to continue to go after business after business after business? If we take care of them when we get there, a lot of times they'll rebook, right? But we have to ask for the business. Just like for the new business that we have never received before, we have to ask for the business. Ask for the business for the groups that have used your hotel. And probably the best time to ask them for the business is when they're in your hotel and they're having a great time. Okay, everything is going well. That's the best time to hit them, right? Just hit them right there. Like, we want your business back. We want you back here next year. I already have the proposal. I already have the contract. I'm ready for you to sign. Whatever you need to do that, that's what I would do. But if you have a captive audience that's already happy with everything that's going on, why not make that the best time to rebook it, right? But anyway, I mean, that's the way I was trained back in the day, and those are things that work well for me, that you always want to hit them with that, let's rebook it. Sometimes they're like, well, it's not up to me. We have to go through a committee. If it's like an association, of course, they have to go through a committee. But if it's a company, a corporate group that they're happy with everything, a lot of times they will rebook on the spot. But you have to ask them. I don't know how many people I'll ask, someone say, oh, I'm trying to get new business and this and that. I said, what about the business that you have? Do you ask them for? Well, no, I never asked them that. I'm like, what? Who doesn't ask for the business that's already there? If they're already there, they're having a good time, ask them for the business. I want the next 2 meetings, 3 meetings, or whatever. I know sometimes people alternate, destinations, like, okay, we go, north and south, or east or west, we alternate every other year or whatever. I understand that, okay? But the next time they're coming back into your city or your destination, you want them back, right? So anyway, I just think it's a lot easier to make my goals if I'm booking the same business, okay? Hello? Did you hear me? I said it's a lot easier to make my goals if I'm rebooking the business that was already there. Why do I need to bust my butt to go out and get new business when that business is right there? So anyway, that's just, I'm just telling you that's how I am. And I'm worked up today. So check this out. Okay, before I started the show, normally I don't do all this stuff early, right? So I got my got my steps in. I didn't do 10,000 steps, but I got probably about between 3,500 and 5,000 steps in today. Okay, so I got that in. I have a heavy bag in my garage. I did that already. I have dumbbells. I do some little dumbbell work or whatever. How do you think I keep this boyish figure? Anyway, and then what else did I do? I guess that was it, right? So I did. I got my walk in, hit the bag, and did some dumbbell work. Normally, I don't do that before the show, right? So I did that and took a shower. Normally, I don't take a shower, but hey, I said, you know what? I'm gonna be clean for the show today. So there you go. I'm like amped up today. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm on one today, but hey, I'm ready to go. So the comments are open. Feel free to make your comments, your questions, whatever you want to do. Go ahead and do them, and I will put those on the screen in real time. Once again, if you're on LinkedIn, you can't do that. You can make the comments on your thing, and I'll go back and look at those later. But on YouTube, if you don't subscribe to my YouTube channel, please do so. Russell of Hotels. Okay, just hit the subscribe button, bing, and anytime I go live, which is every day, you get Monday through Friday, you'll get a notification that I'm going live, and then you're like, okay, what does Russell have to say today? What the hell is that guy? That guy is something else, whatever. So anyway, so the topic for today, I had to go back and then come back. Okay, bring you back here. The topic for the day is Russell of Hotels, 3 ways hotels can get repeat group business. And that's what everyone wants. Repeat group business. Boom. Okay, and this is the pool at the what is it called? What's the name of the hotel? I can't even think. See, I didn't that quick. I hadn't forgot the name of the hotel. The Windsor Court, man. Whew. And it's not on there, is it? Okay, yeah. So the Windsor Court in NOLA. So yeah, this is their pool area. Very nice pool area. Very sunny. Okay, like on one side you can see the sunny side, right? So I'm like, there's any space to sit down on the other side? That's what I'm thinking. But I was just out there. I was just doing a quick little sight of the pool, right? I stayed there, but I didn't go swimming. I don't go to the hotels to go swimming. I was there working, right? So of course I want to see the pool for my clients or my prospective clients, right? So there you go. Okay, so once again, 3 ways hotels can get repeat group business. Number 1, deliver consistency. What does that mean, Russell? Deliver consistency. Meeting professionals rebook hotels that can deliver reliable excellence every time. Yeah, they're looking for reliable hotels. People the managers are reliable as well. If they say they're going to do something, they do it, right? And it's never a problem. That's what they want. So they want you to deliver consistency. If that consistency is delivered the way they need it, they're more than likely to rebook. It's not just about impressing the planner during the site visit or one day of the event, okay? It's not just about that one-time event. Meeting pros want to know that every department, sales, front desk, banquet, AV, is consistently aligned, meaning they're all playing from the same sheet of music, right? They're all on the same page, right? You don't want, front desk doing something else and housekeeping, not getting the information and they're not cleaning the rooms or whatever. I'm just using that as an example. So you want to make sure everybody is singing from the same sheet of music. Everybody's looking at the same resume. You guys know what I'm talking about, the same group resume. All the information is there. We've done a pre-con. We've done all these kind of things. We want to make sure everybody is on the same page. Meeting pros want, okay, I already said that. Consistency builds trust. If you nail it once but fail on the next event, you lose the client's long-term loyalty. So make sure it's consistent. Like, okay, they're with us one day, everything was perfect. Then the next day, it drops down. And then the next day, it's up. No, they don't want up and down. They want consistently good, okay? They want things, if things don't go well, because, guess what? Contrary to what we think, everything that does not always go 100% great or well or whatever. But do you build on that? Do you just let things keep going down? I mean, they're going down today. They're going to go down tomorrow too. Make sure whatever issues that have happened, we try to right the ship, right? And we communicate. We're constantly communicating with our point of contact. If that's me, make sure you let me know, hey, this happened. I don't want surprises. And most meeting professionals do not want surprises. Just let them know. Let them know what's going on. Hey, just so you know, this happened today. Or we didn't, deliver the meals or the packages that you wanted on time or whatever the heck it was. We were a little late doing this or a little late doing that. Let them know. Be honest. And what are you going to do to fix it? Right? So tell them the issue and what are you going to do? What's the remedy? Okay, we're gonna make sure we put another person on specifically for this. When this happens, this person will come and let us know. Whatever the heck it is, let them know. But don't let it be a surprise where you're trying to hide things from the planner, the person that's in charge of the show, right? You do not want to do that because then they can't trust you anymore. It's no, they're no, they deem you no longer loyal at that time, or they won't be loyal to you because you're not loyal to them, meaning you're not giving them information that you should. A quick tip here: have an internal pre-con and post-con for every group. These are meetings, right? A pre-con, pre-convention, and a post-convention meeting. So everyone knows what to expect, right? All the players are there. The meeting planner's there, the client's there. On the hotel side, the sales manager's there introducing everyone. The convention services person is there. Banquet if there need to be there. The banquet captain specifically. The food and beverage director, what about your food? The chef is there, okay, because we got vegan. You have some vegan items there, and I made it special. Let him have his, or him or her, let them have their shine as well. You know what I mean? And then front office, housekeeping, engineering. So all the players that are involved, right? Everybody is going by the same sheet of music, right? Like I said, they're singing from the same sheet of music, or they're looking at the same resume, meaning they're on the same page. A group resume entails everything, all the detail of that particular group. Who's in charge, phone numbers, emails, all that stuff. So if there's an issue that comes up, you can't find them, you can call them, you can email them, you can text them, however they want to be contacted, right? So there's no surprises. Everybody's on the same thing. But one thing that I always find that a lot of people within the hotel don't read the resume. They're starting asking questions. Well, what are we supposed to do with this? Well, everything is on the resume. So make sure we're doing a resume pre-con. That means before the meeting starts. Post-con, meaning after it's over. So we can go over the things that worked and didn't work, okay? Or maybe some billing issues or all that stuff. Or maybe the menus weren't right, or the times, on the BEOs were not right. All those kind of things you go over after it's over. I mean, that'd be great if you can catch that and have another meeting after the pre-con and say, hey, there's some things that didn't go right. And those are things that you can do that the meeting planner will probably pull, the convention services person aside and said, hey, this didn't go according to plan, or the timing is wrong. Or maybe you find out that you added a speaker. So maybe lunch needs to be a little later. So that communication needs to come from the planner to the convention services person, so they alert the banquet staff, right? Like, hey, we're not going to be serving lunch until 1 o'clock today because we have a speaker, and they're going to go to about 12:45, something like that. So that alerts the chef and everybody. Okay, push back the food. Don't put it in the warmers yet. Don't dish up yet. We got extra 15 minutes now to dish up. I'm just throwing this stuff out there because this stuff happens and this stuff matters. Okay, so let's just make sure we are on the same page. And then big or small, meaning the size of the group, make it a part of your SOP, a standard operating procedure. I don't care if it's just 10 rooms, 10 rooms in a board meeting, or there's 1,000 10 rooms and they have all your meeting space. You should always have a pre and post con. You should get in the habit of having that because it's all about communication. And where a lot of things happen is because of lack of communication. Okay, that goes from my experiences being, in sales, being a director of sales, being a general manager. Everything comes down to the communication. We didn't tell the client something, or the client didn't tell us. So, it's all about the communication, both sides, right? So it gives them opportunity to communicate and gives us, meaning the hotel. I'm not on the hotel side, but I'm just saying us because I can be us. I can be any kind of us, right? I can be the meeting planner us, or I can be the hotel us. It doesn't matter. But anyway, just make sure we're communicating. Oh my goodness. Just make sure we're communicating. Okay. So that's the reason for a pre and a post con. Number 2, be proactive in post-event communication. What does that mean? Post-event communication. Most hotels, I hate to say this, most hotels drop the ball after the event is over. Don't be that hotel. Don't be on that list, okay? Still communicate, okay? Within 48 to 72 hours, and these numbers can, however you want to do them, but for me, I'm saying 48 to 72 hours after the group departs, send a personal thank you email, okay? Don't just send it like the same day because they're not going to get it, right? Give them a chance to get back to their office or get back home or whatever. So 48 to 72 hours after the group departs, send them a personalized thank you email. Just say, hey, thank you for this was great. Looking forward to you being back here, blah, 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 blah. Ask for feedback, but also highlight what went well, okay, what went well, and how you plan to improve on anything that didn't go well. Like I said, that's one of those things that we got to speak up and say, hey, I know that this didn't go right. This was not to your specifications. We apologize for that. This is what we did in lieu of that or whatever. It won't happen again, whatever the heck it is. You want to make sure you address those things. There should be no secrets. No, if she's not going to say it, I ain't going to say it. Maybe she didn't notice it. So a lot of times the planners are waiting for you they know what's going on or they know what happened, but they're waiting for you to bring it up, right? So they want to see exactly who they're working with. That's some of the things, that's some of the games these planners will play, right? So make sure if something happens, you get wind of something happening, someone tells you, you communicate that to the client, okay? Especially if it's something that could be detrimental to their program or, get them off schedule or something like that. Let them know. It's okay. I mean, it will probably work out for the most part, okay? But let them know. I tell you what, it won't work out if you don't tell them and they find out on their own, and then they find out that you knew, you just didn't bring it up. I've seen that too, right? So let's just make sure that we are communicating. Remember, it's supposed to be a partnership. I hear that thing partnership all the time, but does that really exist? I think it does, right? So this is all about being a partner, okay? There's the meeting planner and the hotel, whoever their contact person is probably the convention services person. They have to be partners, okay? We have to be partners. We have to work together because I want a great meeting. You want a great meeting too that can perhaps result in repeat business. That's what you're looking for, right? That's what we're talking about, right? We're talking about repeat business, right? So there you go. So meeting planners appreciate knowing they're heard, even when things go right. So yeah, so just let them know what the heck is going on. If things went right or wrong, make sure you let them know what's going on because they appreciate that. Don't just send a survey, send a video thank you from the sales manager or the CSM, convention services manager, right? So who does that, right? I'm just going to ask that. Let me show of hands. Who sends out a video thanking their client for having their group there? Wouldn't that would just blow me away if I got an email from the client and the staff in the background saying, thank you very much. We look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you for the business. We had a great time. Wouldn't that be great? The convention service person is in front next to the sales manager, and then all the team is in back, right? And this is a video, right? And it's just panning around and seeing everybody there, and everybody's in unison. Thank you very much for your business. We appreciate it. We look forward to seeing you in 2027. Yeah. Who does that? There's nobody doing that. That's the thing that can put you over the top. And a lot of people don't think about that. They have all these things, this power in their fingertips because, your phone, right? You can easily do this from your phone and just send it out. Just do a quick 15-second video. Boom. Send it to their email. Boom. Believe me, they're going to share that with everybody within that company. It's going to be a buzz. And then next thing you know, they're going to be like, hey, we want to rebook it, that kind of thing. Because they're going to be just as excited. I guarantee you. So try that. Somebody try that, okay? Let me know how that goes because I've never had anyone do that to me. So I can't say that, somebody, a hotel that did that to me for my clients. I wish that would be great, but I think that that's impactful. Videos are impactful if we do things the right way, and that would be the right way. We're thanking people for their business. We want them back. I mean, if you want business, if you want repeat business, and I think repeat business is the easiest business to book because they've already experienced your hotel, right? and hopefully they've experienced it. It's an uptrend, right? So I don't see why people don't do that. And by a show, I don't see any hands in the background, so it's telling me that no one's doing that. So that's what I said. No one is doing that. So why don't you be the first? It's all right. Be the first. Be the first. Number 3, make the rebooking process easy. That's one thing. We make things so hard, to rebook. I mean, they're just there. I understand that first contract was a doozy, okay? But we've already gone through it. Everything went well for the most part. Everyone left, happy. Let's make it easier for them to rebook it because we want them, right? We want them back. If rebooking takes effort, the client will start looking elsewhere, and you don't want that, right? You want it to be easy, as easy as when they left the hotel. You want it to be easy for them to come back to the hotel. So, I mean, I would have contracts already done. Contracts done. I wouldn't, the RFP process, no, they don't have to go through that again. I got a contract. It mirrors the same contract. Of course, we went up, 5% or whatever, the rate is. You got to go up, maybe you had to go up, 3 to 5% on the rate or whatever, but everything else is the same. Maybe you throw something in there for them to kind of dangle a carrot in there to, give them an incentive to book it, to rebook it, right? Maybe we'll throw in, we're going to, I understand. I mean, this time you did a cocktail hour, cocktail reception, hand pass, hors d'oeuvres or whatever. We're going to waive that next time. Boom. What? You're going to waive that? Yeah, because next year that they're supposed to almost double the amount of rooms that they have, right? So it's already paid for, right? So if they're true to what they say their numbers are going to be for the next year, then you've already paid for that, the reception that you said you're going to host for them. I mean, those are just examples, but those are things that you can do, right? So offer a rebooking incentive. That's what I just said, or flexible option during the post-con meeting or wrap up call. So make sure you have a post-con right after this is over, so you can see what worked and what didn't work, and then moving on to the next, planning for the next meeting. Provide availability updates for next year and show you've anticipated their needs, their room block sizing, AV, banquet trends, etc. Avoid making planners go through the RFP process. You don't want them to do that again. You want to make this easy and seamless as possible. Give them a frictionless path, okay, to booking. Okay, no friction. Friction, gets hot. No, it's gonna be easy. Muy fácil. Okay, that's what you want. Preload their next potential contract with everything they needed this time and a few thoughtful upgrades. Maybe you didn't upgrade them this time. Maybe you didn't upgrade their VIPs. Now you can upgrade them, right? You know what's expected. Now you can upgrade it. Maybe you can upgrade your planner this time, right? Have them come in a little early. Take them to maybe you're next to an amusement park and they didn't have time to do that this year. Have her come in with her family. You get the whole family in. I mean, take care of the planner, right? That's what I'm talking about. Those are the times you can be as creative as you want to be to get this person or get this company back there that you don't have to work that hard for, right? Salespeople don't want to work that hard, okay? We want to rebook stuff, okay? But we have to go through the steps in order to rebook it. So let's just make that stuff happen. So there you go. So these things will be, you don't have to write these things down. These things are already on my blog. So just go Russell of Hotels, go to the blog, hit that blog button. It'll go bing, and then it'll just pop up all the information that we just talked about. That was the 3 ways hotels can get repeat group business. You got to follow, this is a roadmap. You got to follow the roadmap to success, okay? So make sure you're paying attention to these things. Make it as easy as possible. Book. When is the best time to rebook a meeting? When they're in your hotel. That is the best way to book it, when they are there. They're having a good time. Everything is perfect. Why not try to book it? Why not sell it then? Don't let them walk out that door without a contract in their hand. Okay? Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Anyway, let's move on. Who's hiring? Who's hiring? Who's hiring? So, okay. So these, for the most part, are in the greater LA area, like I always say. Let's see. Let's see. And let me click on this real quick so you can see me. Um, Hotel Per LA. It's Hotel Perla. I never can figure out. Is it called Hotel Per LA or Hotel Perla? I don't know. Let's just say Per LA. Okay, let's just say that. I know I debate about this all the time to myself or with myself. So who's hiring? These are in the greater LA area for the most part. Hotel Per LA. They are looking for a director of sales and marketing. Again, no, I think it's been about a year that I think they had a DOSM for a year and now they're looking for another one. Okay, so that's downtown Los Angeles. I love that hotel though. I do love that hotel. Um, Built in the 20s, beautiful hotel. Ontario Airport Hotel. Now Ontario is about an hour outside of LA. Okay, so Ontario, there's a airport, international airport in Ontario as well. So I want to say it's about 50 miles east of Los Angeles. So it will take you roughly about an hour and some change, depending on the day, because ain't nobody gonna be able to do 50 miles an hour on the 10 freeway from downtown all the way for 50 miles without having to slow down or stop. Okay, it ain't gonna happen. So it's about an hour and some change. Let's say an hour and some change. But they're looking for a director of sales and marketing at the Ontario Airport Hotel. Now, from what I understand, they're doing a renovation there. So a much needed renovation. They used to be a Hilton hotel, and now it's been Ontario Airport Hotel for a while. Now, from what I understand, it's supposed to be rebranded something else. I'm not sure of the brand, but I'm hearing it's supposed to be rebranded. But they are definitely doing a major renovation, which is needed. And I've used that property probably, I'm gonna say 5-6 times in the last 10 years for different groups. So they're looking for a director of sales and marketing, and they're looking for a sales manager. So if you're interested, maybe you live out in Ontario or live in the IE. They call that the Inland Empire. So maybe you live out in the IE. So there you go. And then visit Santa Barbara. Now I think I saw this job on Searchwide. So for like destination jobs, CVB, tourism boards, DMOs, a lot of those positions will be available, or you'll be able to see the open positions on searchwide.com. Searchwide, SEARCHWIDE.com. Searchwide.com. So a lot of the CVBs will post their openings on that website. So visit Santa Barbara, which is a DMC, or DMO, excuse me, or a CVB. They're looking for a chief strategy officer. Okay, all right. I see you visit Santa Barbara. So yeah, who wouldn't want to work for Santa Barbara? I mean, isn't that an easy sell anyway? No, I'm joking. That's what people think, right? Because of the destination. Well, you would think it is, all right. But every destination has, they have their challenges. Every destination has its challenges. It can be maybe the rate's too high. How can you be creative to get people there, right? So, I mean, there's a lot of different things that a lot of these destinations have to go through. I mean, we may look at like Santa Barbara, San Diego. They shouldn't be hurting for business, right? Well, sometimes the rate puts them out. So what do they have to do? They have to be creative about certain things, right, in order to get business in there. So it's not a slam dunk for everybody. You think LA, it's the place to be, Hollywood and all that. No, it ain't easy. There's a lot of things that go against LA as well, right? So there's a lot of things that every destination has its unique challenges. We may not know on the surface or outside looking in, but yeah, that's why maybe that's why Santa Barbara needs a chief strategy officer. What is the strategy? Maybe they don't have a strategy in place for when, the rates are too high. Well, how do you get business in there? You got to be creative. You have to come up with a strategy. Okay, so there you go. So if you're interested in any of those positions, check that out. Go to searchwide.com for the DMOs and CVBs, and some hotels are there as well. Resorts are there as well. The other ones I got from hcareers.com. So there you go. I'm sorry. I'm supposed to talk about the blog. I'm sorry. The blog. Okay. So real quick, the blog. So anything that I talk about, and I already mentioned this a little while ago, but any of the topics that I discuss, either on air with Russell of Hotels or the daily check-in, will be on the blog. So just go there. You don't have to write anything down. All that stuff will be there, and it's there now. I normally wait till after the show, but I had time today. I'm like I said, I've done all these things, and I actually updated my website too. So just make sure you go to the blog and see all the information that is there. And you can look at, the about page and, about me, how I started, why I started. All that stuff is on my website. So, I mean, even my, what do you call it, press releases, all those kind of things are there as well. Okay, so if you need information at all, you want to partner with Russell of Hotels, I have an affiliate page there. If you want to be on it, in fact, I just recently deleted. I had what do you call it? A partnership with one brand, and they're no longer. I mean, it expired. The partnership expired, I guess. So I'm looking for more. So if you're a hotel that wants to, be an affiliate, and be placed on our affiliate page. Maybe you have a rate that you want to offer, a special rate or whatever, and you have a link. You can put that on my website. So feel free to reach out to me. Russell at russellofhotels.com is my email, or you can call me. Go to my website, russellofhotels.com, which is just scrolling across there. And you can find my phone number there. My email is there as well. So if you want to be an affiliate, and that can be a hotel, that can be a hotel, that can be a restaurant, that can be anything hospitality, okay? Or maybe you're trying to get business from hotels. Maybe you're a supplier of hotel furniture or whatever, and you want to be placed on the page as well. Let me know. Just like I said, go to russellofhotels.com and we'll work it out. We'll work it out. We'll do something. Okay, this show on air with Russell of Hotels comes on every Tuesday at 1 o'clock PST. That means in California. I'm actually in Blythe, California, Beat Town. So you guys know I'm born and raised in Blythe, California, right? That's where I am today. In fact, my business is operated out of Blythe, California. A lot of people don't know that, right? They think I'm based in LA, but no, I'm based in Beat Town. So Blythe, California. Born and raised there, baby. No, yeah. Anyway, I'm getting a little carried away now, but yeah. So Russell on air, Russell of Hotels every Tuesday at 1 o'clock. I do the daily check-in Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And if you did not know, I came up with this new kind of web series. It's called Hospitality Unplugged. It's on LinkedIn and YouTube as well. I drop this new series every Saturday morning, somewhere around 9 o'clock in the morning. And they're basically, they go from about 5 minutes to about 10 minutes. And they're basically talking, and this me, of course, I'm discussing my what am I trying to say? My career path, right? So where I started, from college to where I am today. But I'm at episode 15 right now. So I got in. No, I'm not just in sales. I got into sales, then took a job out of sales and back in operations. Now I went back into sales. And that's an interesting one. So you need to check that one out. Okay. So it's there on LinkedIn. It's episode 15. It's called Hospitality Unplugged. It's me getting back into sales, right? But you can go through all of them, 1 through 15, to kind of catch you up. It's basically a mini series, a web series about me and my career progression, if you will. So when I started in school, like I said earlier, to where I am today, but I don't think I'm even midway to where I am now. I'm in sales, and I just got in sales maybe a couple years prior to that. So it's kind of, the rise of Russell of Hotels, going from Russell Edmond to Russell of Hotels. So, it's just something that I came up with. And I said, you know what? And it was something for me to kind of remember all the steps that I took to get to where I am. Why I did certain things, which hotels that I work in, because I worked at 14 different hotels, right? So, and not that I'm highlighting all the hotels, but I'm highlighting my experiences that may have happened at, some of these hotels. But yeah, I did work at 14 different hotels, and 13 of those were in LA. the 14th one or the other one would be the one in Sacramento. So I worked in one hotel in Sacramento, which was the Sheraton and Rancho Cordova, which is now the Marriott and Rancho Cordova. Okay, so there you go, which is right outside of Sacramento. So check out. So you got like 6 days of me, right? So you got every Tuesday on air with Russell of Hotels. Then you have Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. You have the daily check-in with Russell of Hotels. And now on Saturday, you have a new episode dropping of Hospitality Unplugged, the rise of Russell of Hotels. let's just say the career progression of Russell of Hotels. There you go. That sounds better, right? Anyway, we're almost done here, right? We're almost done. We're in about 41 minutes. Oh, I didn't realize it'd been 41 minutes. Man, I could talk. So consistency. You may ask, well, why do I put that up? Being consistent. Oh my gosh, hold on one second. I didn't realize that the font, the color is yellow, and it should be a darker color. Let me just change it on the fly. Boom. You probably didn't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, yeah, so there you go. See, when I do this in the morning, I may not have the right color, clothes on, because I normally change anyway. So now I hope you can see that. Anyway, I don't know if you can even see that. See, that's what happens sometimes sometimes you outsmart yourself. Let me just put that right there. Can you see that better right there? I'm trying to put it so you can see it. No, I don't want to cut it off either. I don't want to cut it off. I don't want to cut it off. Anyway, there you go. So anyway, you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, so I can't remember what I was going to say. Anyway, if you have any questions at all, see what happens. I get sidetracked or whatever. So if you have any questions at all, feel free to reach out to me. Russell at Russell of Hotels. My email is scrolling across the bottom. Any questions at all regarding affiliate, regarding coming on the show, regarding showcasing your hotel, just like I'm showing off the Windsor Court in New Orleans, you can definitely do the same thing. The only thing is I have to have been at your hotel. I have to come to your hotel. I have to take these photos. I have to do these videos or whatever. And then I post it from there, right? And that's the only thing, right? So that's the only thing. But I love this hotel, right in the middle of everywhere. Beautiful hotel, 4-diamond hotel. Okay, so a lot of suites. I think they have probably more suites than they have standard rooms, right? So, and you can see my bathroom right there. You had the tub right there. You got robes. I mean, you got just ridiculous. It's just kind of sick, to be honest with you. Just sick. And sick is a good thing, okay? So, but yeah, so any questions at all, feel free to reach out to me. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to answer questions. I'm here to help you, navigate through that hotel process. If you are, doing meetings, I do hotel site selection for the most part. I mean, I do several things within the hospitality space, but hotel site selection is one of those things where I help you navigate through that hotel process. My job is to find the hotels if you have a group that, you got, the group is 10 rooms or more. So you got a group of 50 people and there's 50 rooms and we're going to, going to New York, right? But I don't know any hotels and we just need to be near Broadway. Well, my job is to find that hotel for you that's near where you need to be, is convenient and all that stuff. So my job is to source it out to you, source out the hotels, meaning I I create the RFP, request for proposal. Based on the specs you give me, I send it to the hotels send it back to me, and then I, compile it, organize it, whatever, and then send you a spreadsheet of the hotels, right, with the prices and all that kind of stuff. And you say, okay, I like this hotel and that hotel. Can you get more information? Or the rate's a little high. Well, then my job is to renegotiate those rates. Is there, food and beverage with that? If you have like a group meeting and things like that, my job is to make sure you have meeting space, what the price it would be, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. If you wanted to be served that, we would talk about that as well. My job is to take care of the hotel part where you don't have to. And then when it gets to the contract phase, of course, I bring you in it. I look over the contract first, and then I send it to you, and then we go over the contract to make sure you understand what everything means in the contract. And then, of course, your responsibility is to sign that contract. And, if they're looking for any, deposits and things like that, final payment, their payment arrangements, all those things, we discuss that as well. So that's what I do, right? So those are the things that I do. And it just takes that off your plate, right? You don't have to worry about, the RFP and getting all these calls from hotels. Well, that's my job, right? In fact, I don't even tell them who the client is until we get to the contract phase. So that way my clients are not being bombarded with emails and phone calls with all these questions. And that's where a lot of clients, they see a value in what we do as meeting professionals or hotel site selection. There's a barrier or a shield between you and the hotel person. The hotel people know me. They don't know you yet. They will know you after you sign the contract. But all the detailed stuff, all the stuff that you're working on, we'll worry about that once the contract is signed. But the stuff that's leading up to that point, the negotiations, the contract, all the clauses, all that stuff in there, that's based on me and what I'm doing for you, right? But you're kept in the loop along the way. It's just that they're not contacting you. They're contacting me, then I'm giving you the information. So there you go. So that's what I do. That's part of what I do. I mean, I do a plethora of things, but when I say hotel site selection, that's what hotel site selection looks like. So there you go. That is it. I'm Russell of Hotels. I want to thank you guys so much for joining this show number 297, countdown to 300. So yeah, so I appreciate you guys. Appreciate the comments. Appreciate the thumbs up. Any questions at all, feel free to reach out to me. My email is right there. And then you can call me too. You can go to my email. You can email me, or you can go to my website, and my phone number is there. If you have any questions and you just have to call me, that's fine. And there's one comment that's right on this thing. It says, you can't expect results if you're hiding. Visibility is not luck, it's strategy. Some people ask me, why do you do all these things? You do things 6 days a week. I just mentioned I do things 6 days a week, right? Because I want people to know what I do, right? I want to be visible. I don't want to hide behind anything, right? If you need help with hotels or visibility of your hotel or the lack of visibility of your hotel, that's my job to make sure I put you up, where people can see you, right? Just like the Windsor Court in New Orleans. How many people knew this hotel exists? Some people don't know. If you're outside of New Orleans, you may not know, right? You may have been in New Orleans. Oh, I didn't know that they had a Four Diamond Hotel downtown. You may not have known that next to the French Market. You may not have known that. So my job is to make sure anywhere I go, I'm bringing you along with me, and I'm bringing the hotels along with me too. So I'm going to make sure I talk about those hotels. I'm going to let you know about them. I've actually experienced these hotels. There'd be no hotel that I showcase on my shows that I've never been to. Okay, I have to have been there. I have to have experienced it. Okay, I have to know somebody there, right? A contact person. So no, there's no way I'm going to do that, because there goes your credibility if I ever start just posting things and I've never been to that hotel, right? That shows a lack of credibility. And who's going to trust me at that point? They're like, well, who the hell is this Russell of Hotels? He never even been to that hotel before. So I will never show a hotel that I've never experienced firsthand. So there you go. So visibility comes, for putting your brand out there. You have to. Let me just say this other thing. Visibility leads to brand awareness. Brand awareness leads to brand excitement. And brand excitement leads to bookings. And who doesn't want that? What hotel doesn't want that? But you first, in order for you to get the bookings from, like, say, new business, you have to be visible, okay? You're visible to the people that, obviously, that are booking your hotels, but what about the people that aren't booking your hotel? And it could be because there's a lack of visibility. So we need to think about those things. And if you need that visibility, there's people out there that can help you. Russell of Hotels is one of them, okay? Like I said, I showcase hotels every single day that I do a daily check-in or on air with Russell of Hotels. So There you go. Once again, you got 6 days of me and 6 days of me showcasing a hotel. Why not let it be yours? Boom. And people are only going to know that your hotel exists if you are visible. That's it. So I do things 6 days a week. Now let's just think about it. Let's compare me to some hotels, right? I do things 6 days a week, and still people don't know who the heck I am. Hotels don't do things, some of them don't do things at all during the week, and people don't know about them, right? So what would you would more than likely want to do something, then some people are going to know about you, right? Because that's what I do. That's how I look at it, right? I have to be visible because visibility is not luck that people find me, right? That's part of my strategy, right? That's been part of my strategy forever. That's why I started this show, right? Back in 2019, because I didn't want to go out of 2018 doing the same things that I was doing. I didn't want to leave 2018 going into 19 doing the same things I was doing in 18, right? So I'm like, what can I do so I can reach more people? Well, the podcast. I mean, this is a podcast. That's where this came from, right? So I said, okay, let me do that. Well, what else can I do? So I started On Air with Russell of Hotels. Okay, I'm still not reaching enough people. What can I do? What about the daily check-in? Let's do that Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday because Tuesdays aren't enough. Okay, let me do that. Let me sign up for that. So I started doing that. So now that's 5 days a week. And then after that, a year went by of doing the daily check-in. And then December of 24, I said, what else could I do? I said, what about a web series called Hospitality Unplugged? I can talk about the progression of Russell of Hotels, where he started and to where he is now. And that's what I did. So that's 6 days a week. And now I'm thinking, well, what the heck am I going to do for 7 days a week? Because guess what? That's coming. I just don't know what I'm going to do yet. But you have to continuously reinvent yourself because the more you reinvent yourself, the more people are able to find you. And it starts with visibility. Boom. That's it. You guys have a great day. Thank you again for joining On Air with Russell of Hotels. This was show number 297, countdown to 300. Can't wait to get there. Anyway, you guys have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow because that's the daily check-in tomorrow. So you guys have a great day. And as always,